I think we always just wanted to make a movie with heart that was funny, about two people, kind of living parallel lives from, and what happens when they get together and decide that, come up with a crazy idea of sort of having, the physical act of a relationship without any of the emotion, and so that's really where a lot of the hilarity ensues. And also, I gotta say, it's been nice to have an R rating for this movie, because there's certain jokes that you can make that are, I'm sorry, but profanity is just funnier. I gotta say, it's been nice to have an R rating for this movie, because there's certain jokes that you can make that are, I'm sorry, but profanity is just funnier. So, and there's certain jokes that we can make. There's a lot there in the intimate scenes, in the sex scenes. There's some funny things that we're able to come up with, and it's a funny dynamic to watch when you have characters who aren't emotionally attached in that way, or at least they don't think they are. Aren't emotionally attached in that way, and the honesty that comes out when you're being intimate like that, there's some funny stuff in there. What I do love about him is that he doesn't have a filter, and he'll stop sort of in the middle while we're rolling and just say, okay, go back and try this. And like I said, when you think of Hepburn and Tracy, which is what we sort of tried to sort of capture a little bit of that, I think so much of what they did had such a rhythm to it. And so not cutting and stopping, you really get to go back and do it again and do it again and do it again until it starts to really create a rhythm. And you go faster and bigger, and then you bring it down, and so you get all, essentially you get all these options when he goes into edit that he can choose from, and hopefully at least one of every line is good. He really just is a pain in the ass. He's really tough to work with. Again, a lot of ego, even more ego than Mila. It's just like, really? I mean, Easy A was funny. What do you want me to say? Like, and whatever. I think what Will is doing on this film, and we've talked about it. Everything has been very methodical. And Will, what I do love about Will as a director is he has no filter, and you appreciate that as an actor. I am so much better with the full, honest, blatant truth. If something sucks, then just say it so we can figure it out. And I think Will's like that. It probably doesn't serve him well in life. I can imagine it leading to a lot of marital issues, but I don't want to talk about that because it's the EPK for the movie, and what I do love about him is that he doesn't have a filter. What I feel like we've done really well with this material is we've found, I've sort of called them send-ups, but they all matter. They're little things that happen that if you think about something that happens in the first 20 minutes of the movie and then it comes back 40 minutes and then it comes back at the end, it's like great comedians find a way in their routines to incorporate that joke and bring it back around home to essentially that idea that they wanted to get across. And all of it matters, I think, to your character's arc, even though, at the end of the day, we're trying to make people laugh at this movie and hopefully fall in love with this movie, but it all matters. Yeah. It sneaks up on you. I think before you know it, you're really invested in this family and these characters and Mila and myself's character's relationship, and so you sort of have no choice but to fall in love with everyone.
Jamie Rellis is a headhunter. She's your typical New Yorker who believes in true love and believes that Prince Charming is out there and desperately is seeking that. Will is so great to work with. I mean, he is neurotic and crazy and brilliant, and he just kind of yells these lines out. And I don't think we ever cut, ever. I'm pretty sure we just kind of roll out in the 45 minutes that we have. And within those 45 minutes, you will always see Will running into a shot, running out, running in, running out, running in, running out. And all he's doing is just throwing out lines. He thinks so quickly and so fast. It's undescribable. I think our set's a very fun set. Because I think everybody's, because Will is so eager and loves this so much and has no ego whatsoever, that he just wants to make it fun. And he truly loves making films, which is so rare, because you find the directors, as much as they love directing, lose their love or their passion for filmmaking. over a certain period of time, and Will never lost it. So he still has that that one desire to just want to do this. Every day he comes to work and he's so excited, and when he gets a shot, he's so thrilled. So, you know, he makes everybody really happy, and everybody wants to do a good job for him because you want to make him happy. It's a funny movie with a little romance. It's very much the truth. Like, it's not, in real life, you don't have this like crazy romance. I mean, some people do, but the chances are you don't have that fairy tale of a romance. And I think this is a very organic version of how two people meet.
They're buddies, and they get along great, and they're very turned on to each other. And I think, you know, a lot of times people have their reference points are kind of one or the other, you know. And I think when they discover how great they are together, what friends they are, it couldn't be a relationship because they're too good of friends, you know. But yeah, we like to have sex, so it's just that. And but the best relationships are where you're the best of friends. He knows, you know, what he has. He's aware of his abilities, but he's really friendly and inviting. And I think half the reason, you know, it's hard. I came in and they've already been filming for a month and a half or 2 months when I started working. So I'm like coming into a family that's already established with all the dynamics, the rhythm, the timing of the film, the sense of the film's been established, and I'm like coming in. So I was like not sure what to expect on the first day. I wanted to make sure comedically and rhythmically I was bringing what was needed, and he was so welcoming and so inviting of me being there, that because we're playing brother and sister, so you have to come in and all of a sudden, you know, create like a 30-year relationship with a stranger. Right. And you want to do a good job at that because you want the audience to relate. And he was so cool. It's about something. You know, there's all the humor and the funny, great sex scenes and all of that, and it's definitely young audiences are going to appreciate that. But it's really about something. When it comes to the family scenes, it has meaning and it has meat to it, you know, and it's not without a core, this film, which is also why I really liked it, because then it permits all the frivolity to be, it's founded in something, you know. So I think, you know, the young people are going to love Justin and Mila and all the sexual flirtation, and but I think any person is going to appreciate this film because it's about something.
He's incredibly sweet and funny and yeah, talented, and you think, oh my God, this is Justin Timberlake. Yeah, he's great. He's great. It's a little depressing because I don't know how long he's been acting, but he's really good at it. And you know, I've been doing this for. You want to say this is not an easy thing to do? Well, man, he's pretty good. It's loose, you know, but that comes from the top. That comes from Justin and Mila. I mean, that's where it comes from. You know, that's where the kind of the vibe starts with the lead actors in a movie, and they set the tone, and it's really fun. It's really fun. They waited till I was 63 to ask me to take my clothes off. You know, it's like I've been doing this since '84, and nobody asked me to take my pants off. But now it's like, wait till you get a little older, and then you can take your pants off. So.
We both love sports. You know, we both, you know, try to make our friends laugh and have a good concept of a good time. Dissimilarities. He likes penises, and I don't. I think Will is just a great director, and he really has a sense of comedy that's extraordinary and comes up with amazing ideas on the spur of the moment. And also Justin and Mila are so fun to play around with. I mean, I can't really call it work. It's like play, except I guess the work part is in the hours. But, you know, those guys are great. You know, he's got it all. He's got the looks. He's a great musician. He's a great actor. Great soccer, basketball. He's one of those guys you just envy. He gets mad at me because I really want to make him laugh so bad. I love it when he finally breaks. But yeah, I guess that's not professional, but it sure is fun.
It's about a headhunter who lives in New York City, played by Mila Kunis, who recruits an art director of a website from Los Angeles, played by Justin Timberlake, to come to New York and work for GQ magazine. They both just got out of bad relationships. They were both dumped the first 2 minutes of the movie, and they don't want any more relationships, and they become friends because they're the only people they kind of have for each other, and they decide to take their friendship to the next level without any commitment, and they have fun for a while, and then things go badly. They have such good chemistry together, Justin and Mila. It's unbelievable. The first minute I saw them in a room together, it was like magic, and you just want to watch them do anything together, and that's the most important part about this movie is when they're on screen together, and it's just so fun to watch them. We also shut down Times Square in New York City on a Saturday night. Yes, it was a Saturday night, and it was we had it cordoned off for our scene, which included 700 people dancing to a gigantic flash mob. That was probably the coolest thing I've ever done because we had Justin and Mila in the middle of the 700-person flash mob that we created, but then all around was about 10 to 15,000 people they estimated watching this. So, and we had these great shots of our flash mob, and so there were so many people around watching us shoot that 2 people had medical conditions during that, and they couldn't move past the crowd. It was like a concert. They had to pass the people over their heads to our set where the ambulance could come and take them away. It was an absolute mob scene.